Look, bro, I get it. I also wish that I had a strong masculine father growing up. I look around at some of my friends and other guys I respect, and I can't help but feel this jealousy, this envy that they had such an advantage over me growing up. Raised to be calm, confident, still in their emotions, while I was raised destined to be a little bitch, completely a slave to my emotions, getting walked all over for the rest of my life. Now, what am I going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? Should we just sit here, bitch and moan? Oh, life is unfair. Oh, I have such a disadvantage. What's the point of even trying? Or are we fucking going to do something about it? Are we going to take it as our responsibility to break our generational curse so that we can be inspirational leaders for our sons, so that we can become the men that we wish we had as a father? Now, when we grow up this way, there always feels like there's a lack of a role model. There's always someone around. You're always looking for daddy to come and fill the shoes of the figure that you always needed, but that you never had. And even if you did have a dad, but he's not someone you respected and admired, then you might have grown up with Daddy Guru on the internet fucking feeding you his snake oil. You might have grown up, always looking for that masculine role model in whatever situation you were in, at work, school, karate, judo, whatever environment you were in. You're always looking for someone to look up to. And that's totally natural. That's normal. And it's a shame that that guy wasn't our father for us. Now, next things next, I'm going to get quite personal. I'm going to go over mine and my father's story a bit. So if you don't give a fuck, then just click off. But I'm going to be very vulnerable. I'm going to open my heart to you. And it's been a very long time since I just turned on the camera and I was fully, completely, no holds barred, just opening myself up to you. Now, before I begin, I really want to say that I love my dad. He loves me. I have absolutely no complaints that I was neglected, abused, or anything. No, he showed me a lot of love. And for that, I'm very grateful. He did what he thought was his best. But anyway, let's get into it a bit. So, my father is an interesting man. He grew up in Soviet Russia, not quite Russia, but the Soviet Union, Ukraine. And he sort of had a little come up in the 90s where everything was getting fucked up. Communism had just ended. And it was just an absolute goldmine of opportunity for someone to seize control and make themselves very rich very quickly. And that's exactly what he did. He was a multimillionaire for quite a few years. He was a fucking baller. I don't really remember what it was like because he lost it all when I was a little boy, 3-4 years old. We moved to England and we basically had to start from zero because he lost it all. He made some bad investments, lost a lot of fucking money. But even worse, he never made it all back. Not that I'm complaining, because I don't care that I didn't grow up with luxury. I'm actually grateful for that because, it gave me some sort of understanding of hard work and the value of money and stuff. But I grew up with an absolutely emotional roller coaster of a household. My dad was a completely unstable mess, going from being really like soft and cuddly and tender with me, not not showing love like a masculine father, like strong, still, proud, but like, oh yeah, my little boy. And he was trying, I guess, but it just flipped from little would you to like fucking just losing his shit over the smallest things, screaming at my mum, screaming at us. Basically no emotional stability, no emotional control, no accountability for anything, literally blaming everyone and everything around but himself. No self-awareness whatsoever. And it made me very resentful. I won't lie to you. It made me fucking pissed, that I could say any infinite combination of words, but I just can't get through to him to make him realize that shit, everything is his fault. The fact that he built his wealth and lost it all. Why? Because he made the money without building the man. And bro, if there's anything that you take away from this is actionable advice, don't do that. Don't try to just get rich, grind, hustle, grind, hustle, grind, hustle. Forget about everything else, personal development, becoming him, and just, focus on the number in your bank account, because it's going to leave you underdeveloped. And guess what? You're not going to have built the man who can actually keep it, or who can make it back if he loses it all. And you're not going to have anything else going for you. You're not going to have any like real baseline, like a foundation of strong masculinity around you. Because don't get me wrong, I'm sure my dad worked his absolute balls off to make his money. He's told me quite a few stories about it. It sounded like quite an adventure, quite a fun ride, but nonetheless, he was drinking, doing coke, smoking weed throughout the entire period, not taking any care of his body, probably didn't even train once. I don't even think he knew what meditation was, any kind of personal development apart from making money. Because yes, making money is a form of personal development. You have to become someone new to accomplish stuff in the business world, for sure. But you can't neglect the rest, man. You can't neglect the foundation, the actual self-development, the self-development, So don't repeat these mistakes, bro. I urge you, focus on becoming the man, because I'm sure, I'm absolutely certain that becoming the man who can attract the wealth will help you get there. Build the man first, and then the plan will come, right? Don't focus all in on the plan, money, 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 and neglect the man, because you're going to wake up one day, your kid's going to fucking hate you, your wife is not going to respect you, and, if you lose all your money, you'll have literally nothing. Like, I'll be honest, it's really painful for me, because I love my dad. I really can't describe that we are very close. It's a very strange relationship, but like I have both a bit of resentment and pity for him now, and that's not how a father figure should be perceived by his son, right? He should be admired, he should be respected, feared a little bit. I never feared my dad. Whenever he screamed at me, I just got fucking pissed. I got resentful. I never had this like healthy like regard. I was just, I had fear of the environment he would turn the house into when he got in a mood. But yeah, it's not the way to live, bro. Like right now, he's in debt. He's fucking struggling, and I really want to help him out. I really want to put enough money in his bank account to ease the pain, to make him realize that money is not his problems, and that even if he has money, he'll still find a reason to complain and fucking be a bitch. But that's not the point, right? I want to do everything in my power to be an inspirational role model for my son so that I can break my generational curse. And I want that for you as well, bro. That's why I do what I do. That's why I wake up at 4 fucking a.m. every morning. That's why I meditate. That's why I train like a savage. That's why I put so much of my time and energy into becoming someone new, someone who will not repeat the bullshit patterns that have plagued my family. And I want to make a fuck ton of money, of course I do, but I want to do it in a way that is aligned. I will not settle for being just a chasing robot. And I don't want that for you as well, bro. I really hope that we connected here. You resonated a bit, and you took some value away from this. Come on, bruv. Let's break our generational curses together.